Captain Marvel fan fiction by Izzy Softy. Step outline, with a few character moments. Avengers 3, Carol pilots a craft. At the end, facility is bombed, exposed to orb, almost dies. Premise: a fighter pilot with new abilities is pursued relentlessly by a secret threat. Need to prevent anyone else from getting hurt, because of her own powerlessness. Theme: great deeds are achieved not with strength, but perseverance. Version 16.02. The Xandarian scientist keeps Carol alive, accompanies her to a medical facility on Earth. Nurse recognizes Carol as she's rolled into the ER. Doctors examine her, is getting worse. Doctors are perplexed by her condition, let Xandarian work on her, under the guise of a doctor. Montage begins. Weeks pass as Xandarian does all he can, struggles to get her stable. Xandarian brought his pet along, talks with Kat, sincerely thinks Kat can understand him. Xandarian pleads with comatose Carol.
Don't give up.
Camera zooms in, see her dream. Xandarian's voice morphs into her dad's.
Are you giving up?
Teen Carol raises her head. On hiking trail, dark clouds hide sun, pouring, mud-covered face, struggles to get back up. Teen Carol tries one last time, finally gets up, sun reappears. Stabilizes. Montage ends. As the volunteer walks by, clumsily bumps into the Xandarian. He gets pretty agitated. Xandarian sees the volunteer tampering with his equipment, gets very upset at him. Xandarian's medical equipment has been keeping Carol stable, while she recovered. Xandarian is under suspicion of killing the volunteer, head trauma, is under investigation. Scene changes to an apartment, Spy-Gear hooked up, watching some across the street. Maria Hill and Nick listen in on a conversation. Targets discussing an older male senator. Nick hears the men mention Carol, a U.S. Air Force fighter pilot, a few times, is very curious now. Nick asks.
Why mention her?
Looks uneasy.
I feel like I'm missing a piece of the puzzle.
Nick asks.
Can you take care of the rest?
While walking away adds.
Shouldn't take long.
Maria yells.
All right, but you're buying donuts next time.
Is alone to take care the rest. Nick arrives at facility, hears what the Xandarian did, proceeds to covertly investigate it. Nick brings on undercover agent. In security room, shows up in U.S. Air Force uniform, disheveled. Nick tells him to relax, says.
Jimmy, pull up the security footage.
They barely spot a cat. Footage shows volunteer's head bashed in, assailant's face is obscured, cat growling at him. Shortly after, Xandarian's cat is growling at the assistant, won't stop. Is very persistent. Xandarian sees who cat was growling at, nervously shifts murder charge onto assistant. Security footage shows the assistant on a lower floor. Cat got it wrong. Is caged now. Jimmy reports back, assailant's reflection is cleared up, revealing the Xandarian's face. Before the Xandarian is taken, he suspiciously flips a switch on the medical equipment. Nick is questioning the Xandarian.
Does messing with your equipment justify murder?
Xandarian responds.
Only thing I'm guilty of is Protecting that girl, lying in bed still.
Nick asks.
Why do you care so much about this girl?
But the Xandarian is tongue-tied. Nick asks the Xandarian about the medallion found on him, cautiously examines sides. Nick comments.
I know I've seen something like this before.
Looks at the Xandarian. Xandarian seems worried, clams up, isn't talking anymore, goes to sit down. Nick frowns. While Carol is in her coma, a specialist, seems kind, transfers in to observe her condition. Nick has an exchange with the specialist, asks him to take care of her, she's important. Specialist wondering, asks why this girl is so important, but Nick doesn't say, is silent. Nick wonders what the blue line on his badge means. Specialist says it's his clearance. Specialist dislikes the Xandarian, but never met. Lighter in hand, looks at no smoking sign. Nick prods why. Specialist says he heard what the Xandarian did, seems a little agitated.
Imbeciles. Letting a weird guy like that do God knows what to her.
Specialist says, upset. Nick's apologetic.
True. A facade is a funny thing.
Adds.
Never knew who he really was.
Specialist summoned, leaving. Nick yells.
Hey, Doc.
Points at lighter he forgot, on cart. Nick picks it up, not warm, but cool to the touch. Specialist grabs it, a sincere thanks, leaves.